played some of the game the other day, like to capture some video, but I really loved it. Like I was gonna play probably 10 minutes just to get a little bit of video, but then I played for like 30 minutes. It's a lot of fun. It's like really
Nice.
addicting.
Thanks.
hmm I noticed how like good the flight feels. So how long did it take to get the physics right?
Yes, so we've been tweaking the physics, maybe for the better part of the development.
hmm
We knew from the start what exactly we wanted, but in order to kind of get it exactly right, we iterated over and over again. So we've been tweaking the physics throughout the entire development. So if I have to kind of calculate the the overall time that we've spent on that, maybe it would be like 2 or 3 months, just
hmm
that. But I don't know. I
hmm
I don't have like such statistics. But
Yeah.
yeah, we've been tweaking it throughout the whole.
But also there's all like the different planes have different speeds or
Yeah, they have
different
different
planes
stats.
and
Not
different
only
styles.
speeds, but yeah, they have also different
That
steering, different lifts, and a
hmm
couple of other values that are not shown or communicated to the player, but they really contribute to the different feel for each plane.
I feel it feels like when I first played Star Fox as a kid. Like I was like, oh, this feels really cool. Like it feels like I'm flying a plane, even though now when I
Yeah.
play Star Fox, I'm like this. I don't know how thought this was so cool.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we've had other people saying it's like Star Fox. I mean, it kind of reminded them of Star Fox
Yeah.
in a way. And I do love. I'm a huge fan of retro games. We
hmm
try to kind of make LifeSlide's experience more retro in a sense that we try to um, make the gameplay more simplistic and kind of focus on the movement itself, like the good old times.
hmm
But yeah, I'm happy that people are kind of seeing it as a reference. We weren't inspired directly from Star Fox while making it, but yeah, it's a cool thing.
Yeah. Are there any plans to put it in VR? I just pictured it in VR would be really cool, like Thumper kind of.
Yeah, we actually as we post on as we started to post on Reddit, on Twitter, etc. There have been since we started posting it there have been people asking about VR, saying, yeah, this is going to be cool in VR. And we do have VR headsets in our studio. We have been getting into VR for a while now. And personally, I love VR. I think this is one of the futures of gaming, undoubtedly. And, devices are getting better and better. And we actually have a thread on the Steam community group where for VR support, I pinned it to the top today. So we are currently gathering like feedback for VR, like how many people exactly want a VR experience for LifeSlide, and if we kind of get enough people, if there's a popular demand for it, then we're definitely gonna go and see what we can do to provide a VR experience in LifeSlide. I personally would love to do that.
I haven't played Thumper in VR, but even just playing like on a big TV, it feels really cool. But it feels like
Yeah,
it would be that kind of experience.
that's the definitive way to play it with a controller and on a big TV.
How'd you come up with the idea for the game? Like, did you
Yeah,
want to
so
do, are you into flight sim type games or you just thought of the paper airplane thing or?
honestly, I've always wanted to fly
Mhm.
as a kid, just like a superpower. And yeah, the idea came. It didn't came like immediately. First of all, we got inspired by Bulgaria's nature. We're a very small country, but we have beautiful, beautiful nature. Like we have mountains, we have rivers, we have cascades, waterfalls. We also have a very small desert. What by small desert I mean like 10 by 10 meters, something like that. But it is a legitimate desert. So we got very inspired by that, and we wanted to kind of translate this feeling into a game. And by that time, I was also watching videos of proximity paragliding, where people would paraglide close to rocks,
Mhm.
trees, and they would graze the ground with their feet, even sometimes. And I was like, yeah, gosh, this looks so cool. It's like a feeling that I wanna convey to other people. And so this is what kind of inspired me to work on a game. And then the life thing came from within me. It was some sort of an emotion that I kind of wanted to express.
Is this your first game or game
I've
that's
worked
your
on a lot
idea?
of games, but
Mhm.
I haven't released any games before. This is the first game our studio is releasing. And a couple of years ago, we released plugins for the Unity engine, but it's definitely no game.
How big is the studio and how
Eight
many?
of us, we have 8. Yeah, we have a developer, 2 artists, an art director, level designer, QA. Who am I missing? We have Radhi, who connected us. She's currently handling, communications, PR, and things like that. But she's also helping us with administrative tasks, and also kind of helps me organize things. Yeah, maybe I'm missing somebody. No, I'm missing myself. I guess I'm, a game designer sort of, who does a little bit of programming, and yeah.
What's the gaming scene like in Bulgaria? Or is everyone from the team is there, or you guys are set like remote and separate, or everyone's together?
In Bulgaria, we have this saying that everything is 10 years behind. So if the world comes to an end, we don't have anything to worry about because we have 10 more years, and then it's gonna end for us. But well, the gaming scene here is actually pretty strong, unlike a lot of other things, and we have quite a lot of young talents who are good at games, who are doing esports and participating in tournaments. We had champions for in Dota, in League of Legends, and yeah, I think the gaming community here is actually quite strong.
That's cool. And what was it like growing up, I guess? Was it harder to get? I know now it's easier probably everywhere because of digital releases, but back when you were a kid, was
Yeah.
everything harder?
Well, when I was a kid, everything was super easy because of piracy. But
Oh.
yeah, there was like these computer clubs where they sold different games on just they burned cities with different games for even less than $1 or something like that. So games were always always very easy to get. But with the emergence of with the rise of Steam and other platforms,
Yeah.
I think piracy is kind of coming to an end even here, and yeah, everything is kind of moving on to digital worlds.
Digital.
And everybody has a Steam account, and yeah, everybody's already paying for games. I'm paying for games. I've been paying for games for a lot of time. Like I didn't do that when I was a kid.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
more out of necessity, probably, to get the games that you couldn't get.
No, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I was too little, so I don't know what games were available and how. There were a lot of physical copies. We had stores with a lot of physical copies of different games around. I remember we had this store. It was called Pulsar, I think, and yeah, they were selling lots of games always. So yeah, there were quite a lot of games, but I don't know if everybody could afford these games. Yeah,
I had people, and even here in high school, people would burn games onto CDs for Dreamcast because they just knew they could, and they'd sell them like at lunch for like $5. But then they stopped that with the newer consoles, I guess.
Yeah.
Are your influences like in gaming and non-gaming, and what type of games do you like to play?
If I tell you, you're not gonna relate it to LifeSlide at all, but personally, I like first-person shooters. I like violent games. I like story-driven games. Personally, I like single-player games with story. So one of my favorite games would be Half-Life 2, Far Cry 3. The new Prey in 2017 was amazing for me. I fell in love with it. Played it 21 hours straight. I don't think I've done it with any other game. Usually on the 6th hour, I'm like dead, but Prey was something special. So yeah, things like that. And I'm also a huge fan of Sonic games back when they were good. And also I like adventure games. I love the Rayman games. Yeah, things like that. But things with story are usually my kind of jam. I rarely play multiplayer competitive games.
Oh, did you build out all the airplanes in the game for real and test them out, or?
Yeah, well, we all of the paper planes are actually existing paper plane models. We haven't built them. We've watched some videos of how they fly for some of them, and for the two newest ones that we are currently adding, I don't think we even watched videos for them. We are not aiming for realism, actually. So we are setting up the planes as we think they would fly and behave just by watching them and just the way the vibe they give off. So we didn't get to code a lot of paper planes. I'm actually really bad at coding or crafting with anything with my hands other than coding. Yeah, it's a disaster. So yeah, but we did have for our first expo that we did, it was called Aniventure Comic Con in Bulgaria. And for this expo, we made brochures, and these brochures had like folding instructions. And if you folded them, they turned into a plane, and the design of the brochure was just matching the folds plane. And by the end of the event, the whole venue was filled with tiny paper planes thrown all around.
Were you guys planning to come to E3 anyways, or is it more just because it was digital? They took advantage of that.
Yeah, we took advantage of it because it was digital. Coming to E3 is a bit expensive for us, honestly. But hopefully, if things are moving forward, like we are dreaming, we might be able to come to more venues and move to America more frequently. And yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, we've actually had
people
a lot
play
of
the
success.
game. I saw too, like some streamers and stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of success so far. I don't know. We are currently very anxious because right now the indie showcase is up next in 12 p.m. I think Pacific time. So this is where our trailer is supposed to be. And we're actually very excited to see what comes out of that. But yeah, we have had we got the experience we wanted, and so far we're quite happy with it.
That's good. And then the game's coming out August 6th, or
and August 6th for Steam.
For only Steam?
Only for Steam right now, but we are also working to port it on the Nintendo Switch. We already have working builds on the Switch console. It has some small issues that we're going to patch, and I hope that we're going to have this up and running by the first half of next year. So yeah.
Are you working on anything else right now, or do you have ideas for what's next after this game comes out?
So right now we're focused on the release of LifeSlide mostly, but we are also working on another title. We just haven't had the opportunity to work on it like for a couple of months because we're focusing on the release. But we are probably leaning towards VR. We are kind of feeling the ground over there, seeing how everything works and what is possible and what is not in VR. And we have some ideas. I cannot share much more because everything is very, very, very early in concept, but we will be, our next project is probably going to touch up on the subject of how your mind, your thoughts, and your mindset shape your actual reality. So kind of what you have inside, you project outside, and then you get this reality back to you. So this is something we're going to explore. And I know it sounds very abstract and philosophical. We're going to try to make it very consumer friendly and relatable, similar to LifeSlide. But yeah.
What games are you playing now currently, or are you just too busy working on
your own game? Currently I'm just too busy, but I've been playing a little indie game called Mayhem and Single Valley. It came out recently, so I think this was the last title I played, and it was quite fun. Also, I played some Broforce. Oh, Resident Evil Village. That was something how could I forget? Yeah. So we've been me and my sister. She comes to my apartment, and then we spend the nights in horror, playing on the TV with controller and with surround sound. And this is something that we really like to just enjoy horror games together. So yeah.
I tried the last Resident Evil, but I couldn't get through probably the intro.
Really, I mean, it was too
Just from
scary, or
the scariness, because I would always try to play it at night also by myself.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think all around Halloween, the last two Halloweens, I'm like, this time I'll do it, and then I was like, this is too much.
I kind of envy you, man, because I got numb to horror.
Oh.
Like I played, I think the last horror game that kind of got me was Outlast 2. And after that, I just got numb. I don't know what happened, but I just got numb, and no amount of horror can kind of get to me anymore. And it's kind of sad because before it was exciting.
It was more.
I see my sister just trembling, and as soon as she hears some scary sounds and the controller starts to vibrate, and she just hands me the controller over immediately. It's like, no, I cannot do it. And I'm like, I wish I could feel that thrill. Yeah.
We played when PT came out back then.
Yeah.
On the PS4, we played at my friend's house, and he would make us all wear headphones and like sit right in front of the giant TV and play. And I think I threw the controller, and I started crying because I was laughing so hard. The scary lady came out.
Yeah.
But
I didn't get to play PT though.
That one,
was it good?
It was good. It's just because you're walking through the hallway, and it keeps changing slightly, and then finally either nothing happens or something crazy happens, and then you freak out. And you're scared to look at things because you're like, something's gonna happen if I look at this picture.
Yeah. Yeah, after you look, you don't know if you turn around, something might be there. Yeah.
It was really good, but then I was like, I want to try more of these, and then I did, and I was like, I don't think these are for me.
Yeah.
It was good talking to you. I'll let you get back
Likewise.
to all your E3 stuff, and I'm excited for the game.
I'm excited too, and thank you so much for the talk. Hope you have a nice and exciting E3.
All right, thanks.